All right, y'all, so it's been a couple days. Still getting used to using the GoPro and everything like that, so a couple of my videos got deleted in the brake video. So it's been maybe 4 or 5 days since I finished the brake kit. So this is the kit here on the car. Brake lines installed, everything's all finished up in the front. I'm still waiting for the replacement caliper for this side because the piston leaks, and then we're going to do another video on the rear. A couple things that I missed out in the video are, after you drill the spindle out in the where the dust shield was, you have to tap it, and it's size, I can't even see it, but you have to tap it out, and I'll probably put it on the screen, like right up there. But yeah, so you have to tap it out before you put the bolts in. That was one of the videos that got that I deleted on accident. Just as a disclaimer, this is not the process for every single big brake kit out there. This is just the process for this kit that I put on this car. So it may be a different process for like a Wildwood kit or a Bear Brakes kit. This was for this specific Core 3 kit. For those asking, no, the stock wheels do not fit anymore. I try to put them on and it does rub on the top of the caliper. So enjoy the video, and you'll, like I said, just forgive me for the missing pieces and everything. I try to piece together what I had so far, and then stay tuned for the video I drop after this one, which will be the heads and cam swap on my 2003 Silverado. I'm an idiot. I just went through a whole spiel and realized the camera wasn't recording, so you're gonna get the short version. This is everything taken off, the dust shield. These are the 3 bolts that the dust shield was bolted to. These are the 2 bolts that we're gonna retain. So this will bolt here like this, and then your caliper bracket will go there. So basically all of this needs to come off. These holes will be drilled, and we'll have to tap those to accept the bigger bolt to bolt that to it. But right now I'm going to grab the Sawzall. Well, first I'm going to cover this up because you don't want to get any metal shavings on here. All right, so we'll go ahead and cover this up and we'll start cutting. All right, holes drilled. I went all the way through to the other side. This one, I mean, it's only a short distance to go, so it is going to go all the way through. This one, I drilled it all the way through because the bolt that holds the caliper bracket to it is pretty long. This is the bolt here, so this has got to go, pretty deep. I mean, it'll go through this side no problem, but yeah, so it's pretty long. So you want to drill this top bolt. I drilled it all the way through, worked fine on the other side. So, and see all these metal shavings? Yeah, see, this is what you don't want getting on your spindle, because as the bearing spins, it's just going to eat away, and then your bearing fits perfectly. All right, so go ahead and blow all this off, clean this up the best I can, and then we'll hit it with some black paint, and then we'll start test fitting and shimming. And once we get that part done, we'll have to pack these with the bearings, install it on the spindle, and then we'll put the once we put this on, though, I mean, pretty much that's it. We don't have to take it back off. Oh yeah, it's got the part number right there. But I'll put as many part numbers as I can in the description for this specific kit. Alright, so we'll let that dry. While that dries, I need to delete some of these videos on this GoPro. It's getting full. So we'll run in the house and take some of the videos off while this dries, and then when we come back, we will pack the bearings for this, for the spindle, for the hub, and then start test fitting everything. So see, isn't much you gotta cut off. I mean, these parts here really is what comes off of the old spindle. Yeah, so it's not too bad at all. It's not pretty, but I mean, I could have probably cleaned this part up just a little bit more, but you're not gonna see it because the big rotor is gonna be in front of it, the caliper is gonna be in front of it, so you're really not even gonna see, you know, this. If I had a, I mean, I did it with Sawzall. This side came out about the same as the other side. It's about the same. I think the other side actually is a little bit cleaner, but you know, it'll work. It'll get the job done. Doesn't always have to be pretty. All right, we're back. So I've let the spindle dry. Didn't take long. Now, I'm sorry, I let the spindle dry. Now I went ahead and installed the hub assembly onto the spindle just because it's a really messy process and I didn't want to like touch the GoPro and get bearing grease and stuff all on it. But it's pretty straightforward. Why people always riding by looking at me? But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's just like putting on one of these rotors. You know, you gotta pack the bearings, and it goes on the exact same way. You put the inner bearing in, put the new seal on, slide it onto the spindle, put the outer bearing on, the retaining plate, and then the nut, and the kit comes with a new cotter pin. So you can, this is all trash now. You no longer need this. It's got this nice engraved cap, so this won't fall off. So it's all trash now. So what we're going to do now is test fit the caliper. We're going to hook up install the bracket, install the caliper, install the rotor, and see if it needs to be shimmed and check for clearance. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Well, we already got an issue. See that? It's already rubbing. The rotor's flush. See, it's catching there. So what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to put a shim probably on between this, the bracket and the caliper mounting bracket, to kind of move it this way. So that's what I was talking about. It is a bolt-on kit, but there is some you know, sometimes you got to do a little measuring and stuff. So we'll put a washer there, or a shim there, and a shim here, and that should move it over enough to give us the clearance that we need. All right, now we're good. Now it doesn't rub. So initially I was saying you had to put the washers between the caliper mounting bracket and the other caliper mounting bracket, but actually you put it between the caliper mounting plate and the spindle. So I used 2 washers, and the kit comes with a whole bunch of them. A whole bag of them here, but you won't need all these. But now she spins freely, doesn't rub, so good to go there. Yep, so she's good. So now we get to take it all the way apart and put Loctite on everything, and then we'll put the caliper on, and then we'll deal with the hose and all that fun stuff. So, all right. All right. Well, the GoPro died, so I'm not sure exactly where that footage cut off. I was doing a time lapse of me basically just putting Loctite on everything. So basically just take everything apart, put some red Loctite, put it on the bolts so they don't back out, and put it all back together. So pretty much together, spins freely. So what we're going to tackle now is getting this old caliper off and putting a new line. Got a nice steel braided line. What is that? Made in the US of A, America. But yeah, nice steel braided line. It basically just replaces the stock rubber hose and goes into the back of the caliper. And from what I can see, you reuse, where is it? Yeah, so there's no, this kit doesn't come with a bolt. So you have to reuse the original bolt, I believe. I will check again in the box, but I'm pretty certain I reused the bolt from the original caliper on this one. So I'll go ahead and get that line off from there, and then attach it to the new one. I don't think there's any fluid left in the I don't think there's any fluid left in the cylinder because it had a leak. So we'll go ahead and get that done and see how we can do it. Oreo break.